to the Croft Corner. Real honest, real life.
That's right. Hey, we are excited to be here. This is new for the channel, like both of us being here.
Yeah,
So,
I dabbled a little bit
Yeah.
in the summer with Avery in our garden and just where we were going, but nothing too serious.
Yeah, so we're excited to be with you here January the 6th, almost the 7th.
Yeah.
Almost the 7th. This is a late nighter.
Yeah.
We are with you, and we want to goal set with you. We want this channel to really be like just a great family vlog.
Yeah.
Just kind of all things that are going on in our life.
I feel like this year is going to be our year, and I want to document it so we can go and look back on it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm really excited.
Me too. I think it's going to be great. So what we want to do today is we're just going to talk about goal setting and how you guys can like join in us goal setting for 2022 because it's 2022. It's a new year, fresh start.
You had 21 on here, but I changed it to 22.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I'm not even used to 2022 yet,
No.
but
Here it is.
it's a new year and we're excited it's always a great time just to kind of like think and start fresh.
The new year is my favorite. I love to goal set because it gives me something to work towards. So I really I'm loving just sitting here, like just going over like what we're going to share and our goals that we have for this year.
Yeah. So first thing you need to know is like, what's the point of even setting goals to begin with? Like, why are we even doing this? Why are we sitting down at the table thinking about our year? Why do we even do this? And really, it just, number one, as a couple, it helps you get on the same page.
Yeah.
So that's always helpful. It helps you get on the same page. You kind of have the same like vision for the year, the same like mindset and thinking as far as like what you want to achieve. And I think that's good for you as a watcher, as a viewer of this channel, to do the same thing with your family, to sit down and just have a time where you can kind of maybe be quiet, put the kids in another room or send them to bed like we did. And, then just sit down and like talk through this stuff. Yeah. It's important.
It is. It's very important.
So, do you want to jump into our goals?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what we like goal set with us for 2022. What are our goals? What are the steps we're going to use to achieve them? And how can they be able to like follow the same pattern of like how we did things? I feel like we're setting goals a little different than how we've done them before.
We are. Yeah.
And so that's exciting too, because I want to actually, achieve some of them. Some of our goals are some that we've had on our list year after year, and we've not reached them, and then you wonder why, and
it's a bummer.
It is a bummer, but then you like that gets you to thinking like, okay, how do I need to approach this differently? Because the same plan, same results, or what's that saying?
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
So I can't get a different result if I'm doing the same thing. Yeah. So here we are with our new plan, and it's exciting.
Yes. So our family word for the year, I think we both kind of like right off the bat, just talking to each other, like we figured out that our word is consistency.
Yeah.
If there's one thing, and our family are probably going to laugh if they see this video, the one thing that we struggle with is consistency.
Yeah.
We'll get on fire for something. We're on board.
Yes.
And I know we're not the only ones, but like we'll get on board with something, and then like 2 or 3 months later, we're done.
Yeah.
And like then it's just poof, gone vapor in the wind.
Oh, that's another idea that they had. Like
like we're known for that. Like in our family, we're known for being the dreamers that have a different idea every day.
Yeah.
And so this year we just really want to see some consistency.
Yeah.
And in all different aspects of our life.
Yeah.
So why don't you kind of like start talking about your goals, and then I'll talk about mine, and we'll see how they mesh, and we can kind of talk through them. So
yeah, like Well, I want to be, as far as like our word is consistent, I want to be consistent with my meals and with my workouts.
Yep.
Because I've always said, like, it's the every year goal, like, oh, I want to lose weight. I don't just want to lose weight. I just want to be consistent in what I'm putting into my body. As I've learned throughout different, like, programs and diets and meal plans that I've used throughout the past few years of trying to reach that goal of losing weight, I've realized how important it is of everything that we put into our body, what we put into our body that we don't realize that we're putting in, as far as like processed foods and added sugars go. So I want to be really consistent in finding a plan, not just a diet or just like something specific, but something I can follow like forever, you know, and I can use this when I go out to eat and not just making meals at home.
So, and here's the real honest part, about this channel is that we suck at what we put in our body right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I made a good meal tonight.
Yeah, it was a great meal tonight. Yeah. I mean, it was. But like, it's so easy in America just to go through the drive-thru somewhere or go out to eat. And you don't know what you're putting in your body at that point. And I'm the world's worst. Like, the honesty side of me is I love to eat out. So it's hard for me to have a goal of, like, not because I just enjoy it so much. But...
And the honesty side to me is like, I'm fine with eating at home, but if he mentions, hey, let's go eat out, then I can't say no.
Because she likes
it too. Because I like it just as much. Like, I like both. Because I like to cook and, like, experiment with new, like, recipes and stuff. But I want to be consistent in what I fuel my body with because I know that equates to, like, my energy levels. And eventually, if I'm fueling my body right, then I will lose weight. I won't lose 15 pounds in 2 weeks, but I'll start to see that change in how I feel, not just how I look.
Right. Yes, exactly.
And so I want to be consistent with that in my workouts because I used to work out well and I've not. And I really miss that aspect of just like feeling strong and like not bleh.
I get it.
Yeah. I really want to be consistent with this channel. I was saying earlier, like, I did a few things during the summer with Avery when we went to, like, the reading programs, and I grew a small garden in the backyard. I really want to expand that garden and really learn to thrive in my classroom setting of pre-homestead life. So, learning what all I can do here while we're here in this place before we move on to our next place.
Yep. And, like, that's probably a big one for me as well. Like, as far as consistency goes, is like, I think I'm like all in. I know for me, I'm all in on YouTube this year, and I hate YouTube. Like, that's the honest side. Like, I hate everything about this. I hate setting up for it. I hate editing. I hate it all. But I'm learning to like it. Like, I'm learning, and I want to be consistent with it because I know that if we are just consistent, that the channel will grow and other parts and areas of our life will start to grow as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's just how it is. And so, I want to be consistent with not only this channel, but a friend of mine, we have a channel as well, and we're wanting to be really consistent with that one as well. So, like, here I am. I don't like YouTube, and I'm trying to do two channels in the new year, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. Funny story is, like, our friend, he made a video where he told me to, like, say, you will not give up. You will, even if nothing happens in 2 months, even if nothing happens in 6 months. And he was like, in Jesus' name. So he was like, if you said in Jesus' name, you can't give up now. So, like, I really, really want to be consistent. So you have to hold me accountable to that. You know, our friend Logan will have to hold me accountable to that. Like, because this is not my strong point, but it's not a weak point either. But I just want to be very consistent in this.
Yes. And like I wrote down, like, I feel like this is our year to thrive because we've been given this window of time just right now in the season where we're at, to where we're both at home, And if we be really consistent and set our minds to it and plan out our time, and not just like, oh, we're at home, we can kind of do whatever we want to, but if we really like narrow down what we're doing, the sky is like the limit. Like we've always been like on the entrepreneurial side of things. And we've tried at home like type stuff, or like our own business type stuff before. And I really feel like now that we're both here, like we could, if we set our minds to it and we plan like I feel like we're going to, like by the end of this year, it could be so much more than a 9-to-5 could ever give us.
Oh yeah, I believe that 100%.
Like just, so many other people are doing it. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do the same thing?
Exactly. And that's where that's been our thinking, is like so many people are doing it. It just takes a little bit of time, planning, and work. And if we'll just do that, treat this thing like a job, like we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So definitely excited about that. Another thing for me is I want to be consistent with our finances this year. Our financial situation isn't the greatest. It's not the best. And I'm okay with being open and honest about that. But it's going to improve. Like, it's not going to stay where it's at. And I'm just speaking that into existence right now. Yeah. Because it can't be. Like, as you said, like, I think this is our year to thrive. And we need to claim that in Jesus' name. And just walk in it. And so budgeting is going to be big on this channel. Like, planning is going to be big on this channel. How to cut back, how to save, growing your own food, like using all of your resources to, you know, as much as you can, and not have to, you know, go and just buy stuff.
Like when I was brainstorming, like one of the things I wrote down, like I just don't want to be wasteful. And that can be with anything, like things at home, our food especially. I feel like, and
like that just, lasagna sitting right over there.
Oh hush. Like I feel like just as America in general, like we are the country that wastes away so many things. And as like I've learned, you know, just as we've been married, and you know, we do, like when we do cook at home, like in grocery, like we'll grocery shop to eat at home, and then we'll find ourselves eating out, and then we'll find ourselves wasting food. So and much. I know that we are not the only ones that do that.
Right.
So I would love to help others like in that same journey.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then my last one is very similar to yours. I just want to be consistent in what I eat, and I'm probably honestly the more unhealthier of us, and well, Avery, but no, just kidding. But like
Avery doesn't count yet. She's still growing.
She does, but you know, we'll give her a pass. But like I know that I need to be better at what I put in my body, but it's just so hard for me because I love food. Like I just do. It's good. So I want to be consistent in that though, and that's not meaning, you know, just pulling myself away from all the stuff that I love. It's just learning to be, you know, in control, and not just, oh well, I have to go get a piece of cake every time after my meal. Like, you know, just be in control and say, you're fine. You don't need that. Just go on. Like, and fuel your body the right way, like you were talking about. So
like me and another friend, we just got back from a youth conference, and we were in the discussion of like how addicted our bodies have gotten to caffeine. When we were
that's me. That's me.
Yeah, I mean both of us. Like I don't want to feel like I have to have this other, like another bottle of 100 milligrams of caffeine to survive without a headache. Like the caffeine headache is so bad on a totally different level. And I don't want to feel like I have to have that, or I'm going to bust out in a headache, and all the other side effects of like being so addicted to the added sugars and the caffeine and things like that.
Right. So here's how you can do this. Like we said toward the beginning, you know, come up with that word. Come up with that word for your family.
I love having a word.
Oh, I do too. I have a word for our church. Like it's just cool. It keeps you in focus. And so create that word for your family, and then create kind of goals that are subset underneath that word. Mm-hmm. And then, like you mentioned in our notes, turn those things from I want to like I will.
I will. Like this is what I'm doing.
Like there's no plan B. There's no other option. I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
The I will statements instead of like, oh, I want to, or I could, like, I will. Right. Like, I think a lot of times when you hear like podcast people and different things, like it's the mindset shift that really like changes the game. Like we said, like I didn't want to write down just the same goals. Like I want to lose weight, so I'm not so focused on that number, but I'm focused on other specific goals. Like I had like my yearly goal, like I want to be consistent in what I eat, so I will be consistent in what I put in my body this year.
Yeah.
And then I've even narrowed it down to the next thing is like you have your year and then you have your month. I want to, or I will only eat out 3 times this month, because like we do like to eat out with our our friends on Sundays. So like, and we do that at 3 times a month. So those the first 3 Sundays of the month, like, okay, we can eat out these times and that's it. Like throughout the week, we have a plan. So like that month, I will only eat out 3 times. Then you narrow it down to that week. I will plan my meals for these each week. Mm-hmm. And then I even have it down to like, I have daily goals. I want to drink half my body weight in ounces of water
every day.
A day. Yep. So 75 ounces. That's why I have my 30, my big mason jar.
Yeah.
So like, as far as like actionable steps that I would give, like y'all, it's like you have your year goal, but then break it down. Mm-hmm. Because once you break it down into the smaller goals, it doesn't seem so enormous. Like you eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yeah.
How many times have I heard that one on a podcast or video, Mm. So like it's true though. Like you want to narrow it down so that way you're not feeling so overwhelmed, and you can get like, it just takes each little goal to get to that big goal.
Right. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. So, any final thoughts? I think we've talked about all of our goals.
Yeah.
We've shared how they can create goals, and you really narrowed it down into like monthly or yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. Mm-hmm. So do you have any other like final thoughts?
Have a planner. Like if it's like on paper, just a notebook, on like digital. Like I had a digital planner and I didn't use it because I lost my Apple Pencil, because we're us, and I found it and it was like Christmas all over again. I'm like, Blake, you don't even have to give me anything. This is great. I found my pencil. Now I can digital plan again. So I'm really like want to dig into that and just be really intentional and consistent.
That's good.
I'm really excited about what they're gonna see the weeks to come.
And I think my final thought would be don't kill yourself either. Like offer yourself a little bit of grace. Like it's one thing to have the same goal every year and never meet it, but it's another thing to say that you want to lose X amount of pounds and you get 5 to it. Like, give yourself a little grace. Or if you don't meet that weekly goal that week, like, shoot for it the next week. Mm-hmm. If you don't meet that reading plan in 1 week, like, just catch up and do, you just have to, we can't, like, be so rigid with our goals. They have to be fluid.
Yes.
And they're going to change. Like, the goals that we set right now, like, that's why I think it's great to do this, like, to meet like this, not only, like, once every year, but do this each month, do this each week even, and like review.
I see us on the channel like having at least our monthly planning meeting where we go back and we look at each month, at that. Then that's another tip. Like at the end of the month, go back and review your month, because like there's a high possibility that we might eat out more than 3 times a month.
Right.
Like, and if that happens, then, you know, at the end of the month or at the beginning of the next month, like, we go back and we look at that. Hey, how many times did we eat out? Okay, 3 may be a little extreme. So we may, you know, see what's going on.
And then see what works and adjust.
And then adjust. Yeah. Because, like, it's life.
Exactly.
I thought of something else and now I done forgot. Because it's
that'll happen a lot.
Yeah.
It'll happen a lot.
Yeah. Just be real.
Right.
I think that's the best thing that we can say.
Yeah, that's good. And I think that's a good place to stop. So Thank you for watching this video. And just kind of talking out this video, I think, has given us like zillions of other video ideas. So be looking forward to what's to come, and like and subscribe for sure.
Yeah.
And we will see you on the next one at the Croft Corner.